It's been a 11-year wait for the Punjab Kings. It's only their second ever IPL final, which they've sealed today after a very close win against the Mumbai Indians in Qualifier 2 in Ahmedabad. Probably the suspense was pushed back a couple of hours by the rain early on, but nevertheless, what an exciting contest, and the skipper paving the way for a victory with a chance of redemption at RCB come Tuesday.
Yeah, it was almost like it was written in the stars for the most unlikely things to happen. To begin with, RCB and Punjab in the final, two teams that people thought will probably never win a title. One of them is sure to win a title. Mumbai Indians, arguably probably the best team of the tournament. Since the IPL began, 5-time champions, conceding a 200-run plus total for the first time, that too in a pressure match and qualifier 2. Jasprit Bumrah being hit for 20 runs in an over, which was just again something we thought we would never see. So yeah, a lot of things that probably you never expected went down, and eventually paving the way for a very unlikely final lineup.
Yep. There was a lot of coming and going of the drizzle for the first 2 hours of the game, and Ahmedabad's weather actually did not suggest that there would be a prolonged drizzle. So once Punjab Kings opted to chase, I think there was a question of batting first or bowling first, and the record at the toss suggested that the team batting first actually had an advantage, actually a sizable advantage in fact. But with rain around, again, it made sense that they've opted to chase, because if ever there is the Duckworth Lewis turn coming into play, then they'll know what they have to chase. Did you think that the target of 204 that Mumbai set, do you think that was good enough for the pitch that was served up today?
Yeah, looking at the way Tilak and I think it was Surya Kumar were going, it looked like they were again set for around a 220 total that they got earlier. But then they got dismissed, I think, in consecutive overs. Yep. First Chahal getting Surya, and then Umar Zai getting the better of Tilak Verma. So I think that period in the middle overs is when the Mumbai Indians couldn't really capitalize. Those 2 wickets kind of halted their progress. But then, Naman Dhir towards the end came and hit a good cameo.
Correct. There was this one instance of a run-out opportunity being missed, and the ball running away for 4 overthrows, eventually giving them 6 runs. It felt like the momentum was completely with the Punjab Kings at that time, because of the 2 wickets and how they've managed to bring in that choke exactly at this right time to bring 2 new batters in. But once that ball went to the boundary and Naman Dhir connected a couple of shots, you always, in games like this, you feel that the team that carries the momentum into the second innings eventually trumps up. Their mental fortitude is on a high. And it felt like what was looking like a 180, 190 when Surya and Tilak fell suddenly became a comfortable 200. And I think the bowlers did well to keep it at 200 and not 200 220, which would have been a very, very hard score to chase down. And the Punjab did not get the best start as well. I think their openers have been their top scorers this season. Prabh Simran was dismissed quite early by Trent Bolt, who does Trent Bolt things in the power play. Priyansh Arya had a 10-ball, 20-run stay, which gave them that impetus. But again, it was Josh Inglis's day. I think he's been a very underrated part of that batting lineup through the entire season. He came in late, but the kind of shots he plays in the power play to ensure that Punjab, I don't remember a game in which Punjab finished less than 50 runs at the end of 6 overs. So how important do you see Josh Inglis?
Especially when he came in, he's been a bit of a floater. He started off playing at number 6, came in at number 4. The last few games he's come in at number 3, and he has done exceedingly well. In the game against MI, the last league stage game, he hit 70 odd of 30-40 balls. And he's taken over that number 3 from Shreyas Iyer, which it's kind of serving the team well, because Inglis is again a great player of spin and obviously of pace bowling. So even if right after power play you have those customary 2 overs of spin, he can play them out. And it also kind of allows Shreyas not to be exposed to a new ball very early on, because that is something that he can be vulnerable against.
And Inglis's assault on Bumrah in that first over, 2 of them were almost catches at the boundary, just evaded the fielders and went to pass the fences for 6. What that allowed Punjab to do was to make sure that they can just play out the rest of Bumrah's overs. Despite that 20 runs in the first over, he's only considered 20 in the next 3 combined. Out of which there was a boundary in the last over in which Shreyas guides his Yorker outside off stump through third man for 4. So I mean that being awarded the luxury to play out Jasprit Bumrah, I think that's where Punjab won the contest in there.
Absolutely that, and also the difference that the 2 late replacements had. On one hand you had Reece Topley playing his first game, who went for 3 back-to-back sixes. On the other hand, you had Kyle Jamieson for Punjab, who came in late, bowled exactly how the according to the requirements of the pitch, bowling it into the pitch. He's obviously, his height helps him do that, but at the same time, Reece Topley, who's also built in a very similar way, didn't really do that. You could see like the 3 back-to-back sixes were all slot balls.
Correct.
So that's something that Mumbai Indians didn't quite get right.
Yep.
But they were also forced into it because Richard Gleeson was injured after the last game.
Correct. So I think Shreyas and Wadhera, once they came in after the fall of English's wicket, they took things a little slowly. It felt like they're keeping too much for the end. But like Dhruva said, that 1 over where they managed to get 18 in 3 balls, then that brought the run rate well down below 12. And from there, they somehow managed to get that 1 boundary and over. I think Shreyas was excellent in the way he plans those innings. In Mumbai West, still Ashwini Kumar had a great game except for that last over, penultimate over where we considered the game with 4 sixes. But apart from that, he that left arm angle taking in wide of off stump, he managed to get a couple of wickets with that as well. So overall, I think the Mumbai's bowling performance is good enough. It was just that in the pressure moments, Shreyas and Wadhera too playing a magnificent knock, playing the second fiddle eventually, but I think that was crucial at that point of time, an 84-run partnership. And despite Shashank falling immediately after, I think Shreyas was in the zone. It looked like he just knew what to do. He was reading what the bowler was going to do next, moving across the stumps when needed. And that last over against Ashwini, where he just carted 4 sixes down the ground.
Yeah, Shreyas Iyer is probably like the best cricketer right now. You could say that in the IPL. He has proven that. Obviously, last year's with KKR and this year again, 2 back-to-back titles could be something that really pushes him upwards in terms of the Indian cricket setup also. And so that actually sets up a very tantalizing final. You have 2 run chase masters in Shreyas Iyer and obviously Virat Kohli, and that could eventually turn out to be a very thrilling final.
Hopefully rain stays away in Ahmedabad on Tuesday. But we do have a reserve day for the final. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. The last time there was a final with a reserve day in Ahmedabad, it just kept going and going, and the match eventually finished at 2 a.m. on the reserve day. But yes, a new IPL champion for this time. I think that's something to be excited by for the neutrals.
Is it? I think it'll be the first new champion since 2016.
Yes, since GT in 2020.
Oh, right. Okay.
When they are made in here, but. Yes, an exciting final to look forward to. Stay tuned with Sportstar. We will bring you all the coverage around the Summit Clash. Thank you for tuning in.